Throwing, Hundley. It's hauled in by Torrey Smith. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here we go. What?
Now Hundley. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Here we go. What?
Now a carry. It's C.J. Anderson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. On the defensive side of the ball, here are the starters for Detroit. They come into this one down at the 27th position in the league, Charles, against the run.
And this group talks all the time about wanting to be better, getting stronger against the run. And to me, it all starts up front. You've got to win the line of scrimmage in order to play against the run very well.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. They'll set up to throw. And that's caught by Smith. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Looking deep downfield. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. So we'll look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
Now a run with McCaffrey. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. Touchdown, Carolina. Devin Funchess, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers are going to take a first-quarter lead. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
Graham Gano on for the extra point. Extra point try good by Gano. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that drives 7 plays in length. And Carolina scores to cap it off. Gano out to kick this one away. On the return, here comes Amir Abdullah. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. Leading the charge at quarterback, the former Georgia Bulldog, Matthew Stafford.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. To throw is Stafford. Going underneath to Blunt. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll make it a 2nd down. And we look now at the Lions offense.
Throw on your shades, throw on your sunglasses. We're about to shine a little spotlight on Golden Tate, who comes off of 4 straight seasons with 90 or more catches. He's a guy that maybe doesn't get put in the category of elite receiver, but when you look at his production overall and how he's used in their offense, wide receiver, slot back, take some plays at running back, he's a threat every time the ball's in his hands, especially after the catch.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Set! Blue 60!
Out of the gun, Stafford. And that's complete to Luke Wilson. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Stafford to the former Seahawk Wilson for Lions first.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Set! Blue 60!
From the 50, Stafford. He hits his target. It's the tight end, Toilolo. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Defensively, here are the starters for Carolina. This unit coming into this one ranked number 20 against the pass in the NFL.
What they lack in pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against the people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a passing league, so there's the conundrum for them. How do they get better defending the pass?
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Set! Blue 80!
This is the newest member of the Lion backfield, LeGarrette Blunt. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Luke Kuechly combines speed, intelligence, toughness, puts it all together. It makes plays like one we just saw there. He may not be a big-time blitzer, but boy, he knows how to pursue straight ahead and make plays in the run game. And the Panthers bring in their nickel set as they try to defend here on 3rd down.
5 defensive backs.
Set! Blue 60!
From the gun, here's Stafford. It's caught. Jones. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 23 yards on the play. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. Now a play fake it at Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Mario Addison. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. And, Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
Now we'll get our first update of the afternoon from the Meadowlands. And the Bucs are out to an early lead. Jameis Winston, an early touchdown pass in that one. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Set. Lady.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. He'll hit his running back, Amir Abdullah. And Abdullah lost the football. And the Panthers have recovered. Anything to make of this, or just a bad stretch? Because he had the 2 fumbles he lost last week and now a 3rd.
It's a bad stretch, but it's one that he has to make sure he overcomes. This isn't on anyone else but him. Taking care of the ball, tucking it away, keeping it high and tight, all the while doing that and not slowing down his running and his ability to move the ball forward.
Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know, they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Here we go. 38.
They go play action here on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Come on, let's go.
Now back to throw. Caught left side by Funchess. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down.
Let's go. 38.
He'll look to throw. That'll be caught by his tight end, Ian Thomas. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. 1 quarter in the books. The Panthers off to the early lead. We're back to the Motor City after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 10 to start things out. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Let's go.
On 2nd down, Anderson. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he gets it to Funchess complete. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. He's up over 50 yards receiving now in this first half. It's a first down. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
Let's go!
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. A gain of 32 that time.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
Let's go! Brand 38!
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Let's go! Brand 30!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And it's caught. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Torrey Smith, his first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers add on to their lead.
When you give up a long touchdown drive, you're looking for a silver lining. In this case, it's the fact that your offense had a chance to rest, and now they can come out in the field charged up and ready to go.
Gano now to add the extra point. Gano the extra point, and it's now 14-0. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown. Gano out to kick this one away. Now Abdullah, the return. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. These two teams, Panthers and Lions, met each other Week 5 in Detroit last year. You did that game, didn't you?
I did, and the Panthers were starting to round into form, especially their quarterback Cam Newton, who had missed most of the preseason with a shoulder injury. He had a big game, 335 yards passing and 3 touchdown passes, and they beat Detroit 27-24.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 7 yards on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Stafford. And Tate's got it. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. First catch so far for Tate, and he's got a first down. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Stafford going to come up 1st and 10, and he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far.
Set. Get a waiting. Get a waiting.
Play action. Stafford. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things.
Hey. Set. We're waiting.
Back to the air. Stafford on 2nd down. Catch made right side by Wilson. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Now Stafford. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Stafford now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10. He'll run it here with Blunt. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Ford Field after this. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Set. 250.
On 2nd down, here's Stafford. And it's caught over the middle. Wilson. And it's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Now we get a look at Torrey Smith as he comes back out onto the field. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally, he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that, too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in his zone here and call it a day, because otherwise he can really decimate him.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. He was brought down by Devon Kennard.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Here we go. Brad 38.
Throwing, Hundley. Flinches with a catch over the middle. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. The quick slant, good for 8 and a first. Now Hundley. He's going to go deep for Funchess. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That goes for a gain of 31. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout.
Let's go! Trans 38! Trans 38!
They'll set up a throw. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Over the middle to Smith. And he's taken down inside the 30. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. They're going to look to throw. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Come on, let's go!
They'll look to throw again. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Torrey Smith, as the first half is winding down, and the Panthers are able to grow their lead.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Gano for the extra point. Extra point try good by Gano. And it's now 21-0. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And Carolina scores to cap it off. Gano out to kick this one away. Now Abdullah, the return. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Final 10 seconds of the half as they've got it 1st and 10. Stafford on 1st down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Second and 10, Stafford again. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. Golden Tate, his intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. The Lions on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 10. The final shot before the break, Stafford. And that will be incomplete as well. So we come upon halftime, intermission here with the visiting Panthers taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin in the NFC. Dallas paying a visit to Atlanta. And it's the Cowboys on top as they play the second quarter. Big Zeke, Ezekiel Elliott, 2 touchdown runs. From there, we head up to our nation's capital to check on the Redskins at home at FedEx Field. And you can see they lead the visiting Houston Texans at halftime. 2 touchdown passes for the veteran Alex Smith. Lastly, let's get you to MetLife Stadium to see what's happening with the Giants at home in East Rutherford. And you can see they trail in that matchup against the Tampa Bay Bucks. 2 touchdown passes there for Jameis Winston. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. And Jones has it over the middle. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Stafford to Jones, enough for a Lion first down.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completion.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
Stafford now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. Over the middle, complete to Tate. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
From their own 40 to the other 40. The gain of 20 leads to 1st and 10.
Set. Waiting.
On 1st down, it's Stafford. Out to the right here to Wilson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 more yards there and another 1st down. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the 1st half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
And that will be caught, but out of bounds. Out of bounds, ruled incomplete here. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time. And it's 2nd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So they went to the booth to see if that was a touchdown, and they have decided it will not be a touchdown. 6 points off the board. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. A 2nd down run for Abdullah. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hey. Set. 250.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. Going for it all. And he has his receiver. That's Jones. Lions touchdown. Marvin Jones, his first touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. Extra point good by Prater, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays, and it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. Moore now on the return. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out is Brett Hundley and the rest of the offense as they'll take over here. And a trio of touchdown passes so far. They've got the lead as well. All is good in their football world at this point.
And it's so much fun for our colleagues, right? Think about our producer, our director, everyone putting together these shots. When you look to be in the truck right now and hear him calling for it, give me that one, give me that one, give me that one. And we just saw 3 beautiful touchdown passes.
Now he's looking for 4.
Here we go.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Here we go.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, and it's 3rd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
So out now come the Lions. It's a quick turnaround for them after the turnover, but the way they moved it on their last drive, they're probably eager to get right back at it.
And you know me and you know my tendencies in this situation. What do I want right now?
Be aggressive.
Be aggressive. Take your shot right here.
Now Blunt, spinning away. And a short gain here down to the 22. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
To throw on 2nd down is Stafford. Throw left side, taken in by Galladay. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. First target, first catch, and a 1st down. Stafford now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And he has his receiver. That's Jones. Lions touchdown. Marvin Jones with now his 2nd touchdown of this 3rd quarter. And the Lions use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air. Because right now, we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that in the broadcast.
You know, I just grab the nugget when I can.
Prater for the extra point. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. Moore now to return. Oh, fighting off the defender. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now a run with Anderson. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Glover Quinn there on the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Looking to throw. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one goes for 24 yards. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. He'll look to throw. He sets to fire deep. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot, but they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Come on, let's go! Brand 38!
They pitch it out to Anderson. Fights loose. Still on his feet. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Now stopped him in his tracks. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Panthers out in front and in control of the football as well as we begin quarter number 4. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Here we go!
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down.
Here we go.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. McCaffrey with a 1st down and more. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Panthers add on to their lead. And there he had to break multiple tackles to earn that touchdown. Bottom line, he earned that touchdown.
Indeed he did. That was pretty much a get-off-of-me run and all the way into the end zone.
Gano the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So that drive goes 8 plays. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. Gano out to kick this one away. Now Abdullah, the return. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Here's Stafford. Over the middle here to Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Stafford now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Set. Waiting.
From the gun, here's Stafford. Catch made right side by Wilson. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. From the gun, Stafford. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. The Lions on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
We got good. Ready. 250.
Again, it's Stafford. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. It's a gain of 17, and it'll give him a first down.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen might have moved.
False start, offense.
Expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
The false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. To the air again, Stafford. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Jones. 13 yards there, offset some of the penalty yardage as it's 2nd down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket. Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Set. 180.
He'll get it up the middle. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. Blunt, the lone running back. Now Stafford on 3rd and goal. And this is going to be incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Alone to the right is Jones. Now Stafford. And that is incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Panthers defense able to deliver the goal line stand. So now with a 2-minute warning coming up fast, that puts a mammoth dent in their comeback hopes.
I like how you phrased it. It's a dent because there's still opportunity. They've got to get the ball back on defense, obviously twice. But guess what? This thing is not close to being over. They need to go ahead and play it out.
Not over. As you said, 2-score game still. Here's Anderson as they begin this series on the ground. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. You know, I was going to ask you if maybe they should surprise and pass the ball, but where they're at on the field, I think keep it on the ground, right?
I like where you're going with this one because field position is going to determine these play calls. And backed up where they are, I don't even think about putting the ball in the air. I tell my running backs, grasp the football, and I tell my offensive line, Don't allow any leaks so they get hit immediately when we hand it off.
They run it again with Anderson. And he's going to be taken down here at about the 10. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop them here.
Come on, let's go!
Now Hundley. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Here's Michael Pilardi now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. And Detroit getting set to go now. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
Hey, a simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Stafford gives to Abdullah on the draw. And he loses the football a second time. And the Panthers have recovered.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing to, having to, and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the situation and the point differential, 2 scores. Pretty much game, set, match.
How about the takeaway, though, huh? How about those defensive guys?
The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
They start the drive with Anderson. And he's got some space here. And now running right through it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And now Anderson is slow to get up. Staying down after that last play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Come on, let's go! 38!
Another run, this time McCaffrey. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11.
Come on, let's go! 38!
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
Here we go. Brad 38.
Throwing, Hundley. He gets it to Thomas. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Hundley now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Let's go. Brad 38. Brad 38. Check, 43. We ain't giving up nothing. Hut.
The Panthers down to a knee out of the victory formation.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one.
Come on, let's go. Brad 38.
Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for Carolina, it's a win that might keep them alive in the playoff race as they're back to 500 at 5-5. And they will head home next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for Detroit, it's a loss that'll drop them back to 500 through 10 games. And they'll have a quick turnaround as they're back in action Thursday at noon Eastern for the traditional Thanksgiving Day game in Detroit. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gautin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.